Hello programmers, thank you for joining me on this fine evening where we will begin our journey towards game development. So the first thing we're going to do is install an IDE. Now what an IDE is an interactive development environment. It provides you with debugging tools, it lets you write the code, and it will compile the code down to a format that the computer can actually read and run, so we can actually see our games work. And it's a really easy thing to do. You're just going to open up your browser, and there's going to be some links in the description of the video. One will take you to Microsoft Visual Studio's Download Center, and you're going to download this right here, Visual Studio Express 2013. The other one is Code Blocks. Now you can pick between the two. You only need one. If you're on Windows, I would recommend getting Microsoft Visual Studio. It's a really great IDE. If you're not on Windows, then you won't be able to use this. However, you can use Code Blocks, which is also a really good IDE. If you hit Downloads on the Code Blocks website, it will take you to a downloads page. Click Binary Release, that's the one you want. And then when you come down here, you're going to see all the different versions. If you're on Mac, pretty self-explanatory, just download this one. Use Berlin IOS or SourceForge, doesn't really matter. If you're on Linux, you're going to use one of these, just click on the little link. If you're on Windows, you're definitely going to want to use this one right here, the Mingw. Now what the Mingw setup does is it also installs a compiler, and you need the compiler. If you don't have the compiler, you're not going to be able to compile your code, and that's really important. So go ahead and click on this link right here, and then you'll be able to install it. Both of these are really easy to install. You just click next on a little wizard a bunch of times, super easy. So go ahead and minimize that, and what we're going to do is start with Visual Studio. I'm going to show you how to get it set up. You should have little shortcuts on your desktop now. It should put them there when you install. If not, you should be able to find them on your computer pretty easily. So what you're going to do is open up Visual Studio if that's what you have, and if you look up here at the top left, we have File, New, oh my god, New Project. Okay, so this is going to open up a new project for us. So what we're going to want to do is use empty project. Okay, so this is going to give us a completely blank slate to work with. All right, if we go down here, we can change the name. So let's change the name of the project to tutorial videos or something like that, right? Something simple. And we're going to go ahead and click OK with our empty project. All right, so here is our project. Okay, to the right you should have a Solution Explorer, or to the left or somewhere. If you don't have it, go click View and click Solution Explorer right here. This is going to hold all of your code files. This is how you see your entire solution. So what we need to do is add a code file. We don't have any code, right? So we can't do anything. So we're going to right click on tutorial videos, and we're going to click Add, okay? And then we're going to click New Item. And it's pretty easy. We just click C++ file because we're writing C++, right? You go in here at the bottom and you're going to call it main.cpp, all lowercase, okay? So this is your main C++ file. This is where your program is going to run from. All right, so you hit add. Now it's going to add the file right here. If you look over here under source files on the right, you're going to see that we have main.cpp right here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to get it to run is to type our first function. We're going to type int main parentheses and then these two little curly braces, right? Curly brackets, okay? You need this in order to run at all, or you're going to get an error. So if I click run up here, it should flash black on the screen and then go away, okay? If that happens, then everything got set up correctly. If we don't have this, or if it's written incorrectly, whenever you click this right here, it's going to give you a build errors thing here. You just click no, don't worry about that. If you're having trouble, don't worry, the next tutorial will explain what all of this means. All that matters is that you got this installed and we are good to go. So let's go ahead and close out of this. If you have Visual Studio, you can stop the video now. Now if you are downloading Code Blocks, then we're going to run that right now. Code Blocks is also super easy to set up. In fact, you don't even have to do an empty project. What you can do is click File up here, New, and we'll say New Project. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing. If you want, you can do an empty project and set things up, but it's a little harder to get it running with Code Blocks, I think. So we'll just go ahead and click Console Application and it'll set everything up for us. So we'll hit Go and hit Next. We want C++, of course, we're not coding in C. The project title, Tutorial Videos. Next. And you want the compiler to be GNU GCC compiler. It should already be checked, okay? It should also list all the other compilers on your computer, but this is the one you want. And make sure these are both checked, and then hit finish. And it should open up your little workspace here, and you're going to have a project file just like we did in Visual Studio. It says tutorial videos. If you click plus right here under sources, you should have a main.cpp. See, they already made it for us. If you double click on it, you're going to have this. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this stuff right here, and now this looks like our other one did. And if we hit run, it should run, and we should get, yes, we get a little window that pops up and does nothing. So this is the simplest program you could ever possibly write right here. Congratulations, you've written your first program. Join me in the next tutorial and we will actually write a program that does something, and you will learn what all of this means. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.